Hey everyone, welcome to this week's video. Today's video is something truly special. Opportunities like this don't come along every day, so when they do, you have to grab them with both hands and make the most of it. Let's go. So what does that work out to as a price per square foot on the build cost?
Approximately £500 a square foot.
£500 a square foot? Wow, wow. Right, let's go. Yeah, I've heard there's a bowling alley. Is that true?
Yeah. Well, we've got some amenity space downstairs with 412 flats, 500,000 square feet of residential, and probably a GDV of around. We believe that it's where
Find this not only fascinating, interesting, but I'm sure they're like mind-boggling numbers here.
that's better.
So through my network and contacts, I've been able to gain exclusive access to this incredible development site called the Stage Shoreditch in London. And we're going to be meeting David Galman, the former sales director of Galliard Homes, now working exclusively for the Stage Shoreditch project. So let's go and meet him. Hey David, how you doing?
I'm really good. How are you?
Yeah, good, thanks.
Excellent.
Good, thanks for having us here.
Pleasure.
This is it.
Yeah, this is the stage.
The Stage Shoreditch. So before we get into the project and you show us around, can you give us a little bit of an intro into yourself? I know you've been involved in property for over 40 years now. You've sold over 30,000 units with Galliard Homes when you were working with Galliard Homes. So yeah, just give us a little bit of a background to yourself.
Yeah, 40 plus years in the business, always in sales, always selling property. Not always new build, started out as a dreaded estate agent 42 years ago, something like that. And for the last 30 years, up until just 18 months ago or so ago, I was looking after all of the sales for Galliard Homes, one of London's leading house builders.
Okay. And now you're just exclusively working for them?
Now I'm just looking after the stage in Shoreditch. So let's go and have a look around, yeah? Shall we?
Yes, great. Yeah, let's go.
Let's go upstairs first of all. Thank you. Cool. The magic fob lets you in everywhere.
Okay. Keys to the kingdom.
Something like that. Right. It's lift B. It's never the lift that you're nearest to when you call it, but let's go.
Okay. So we're on the 32nd floor, are we?
32nd floor. We've got lots and lots of different facilities. For me, this is one of the greatest facilities. Hopefully, there'll be some residents in here working from home, as they say.
Okay, cool. Wow, so this is what do you call this? The Sky Lounge?
It's the Sky Lounge.
Right.
The views, as you can see, are spectacular.
It's amazing.
As a resident, you can use this anytime you like, and if you wish to hire it out for a private party, private evening, do what you like, you can do that.
David, I just wanted to run through some of the key numbers involved in this development, because I know my audience and me myself as well would find this not only fascinating, interesting, but I'm sure they're like mind-boggling numbers here. So yeah, talk us through some of those.
So we've got 500,000 square feet of residential split up into 412 flats. That's over
500,000 square foot.
That's over a 36-storey tower.
Wow.
We've got 280,000 square feet of commercial space, most of which has actually been let to our dear friends Amazon, who are taking it as part of their office space. Okay. So they're already next door and they're expanding into here. It's empty at the moment, but that's where they're going in. Right. There's one restaurant that has opened on site, which is called Sushi Revolution, which is a good fun place, and there's more on the way. So it's a huge mixed scheme. So just the residential tower itself, 412 flats, 500,000 square feet of residential. And probably a GDV of around about 500 million. You don't want to know what it cost to build, do you?
Yeah. We would actually.
It cost about £300 million to build just the residential.
300 million.
Yeah, I mean, extraordinarily expensive, and that's the.
I was going to go with 200, but that's crazy. So what does that work out to as a price per square foot on the build cost?
Approximately £500 a square foot to build.
£500 a square foot?
So, yeah, you're going to get people
That's
tell you, oh,
incredible.
we can build a tower for 250, we can do
Yeah.
this. But they can't. They really
Yeah,
can't.
I guess, yeah, like when you're dealing with something like this in central London, you know, a tall building like this, yeah, it's not going to be cheap, is it?
And there's many constraints on how you build
Yeah.
it. We probably got hit by COVID as well. You know, that caused delays,
Yeah.
substantial delays. And then you're in the hands of the suppliers.
Wow, incredible, yeah.
Eye-watering, no?
Yeah, eye-watering, yeah. The 32nd floor here, the views here are like fantastic. They're crazy, incredible views.
If you think these views are good, come and have a look at one of the penthouses.
Okay, yeah, let's go and look at the penthouse. Okay, so we are on the
36th floor.
Yeah. Oh wow.
So those two are both
is an
occupied.
impressive door. Right. So
Look how high the doors are.
yeah.
Bit of fun.
Look at it. This is the entrance to one of the penthouses. How many penthouses are there?
3.
3 penthouses. So we're going to go and access.
2 are sold and occupied.
2 are sold and occupied. So this one's available. This is something special, isn't it? Look at this. This is incredible. How does this compare to the other penthouses? Is this
It's just the view that's slightly different because it's on the side. So
in terms of size, they're kind of all
it's
similar?
a couple of hundred square feet smaller than the
Right.
big one in the middle. The one in the middle sold to an international buyer for their twin boys who've just enrolled at whatever university it is down the road.
Okay.
So they've gone back home and the kids are living here. I mean,
Right.
£4.5 million to do that, hey?
Wow. So yeah, I was just going to ask the price. What is the, so this?
Thought I'd tease you in there.
Yeah.
So the one in the middle
Yeah.
sold for 4.5. The one on the end sold for 4, and this is going to make around about 4, I hope.
4. Wow. 4 million.
But it's a fantastic space.
That's amazing. Just look at that view.
Yeah, it's a stunning view, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
And it's going to be fairly uninterrupted for quite some
Yeah, it's amazing. This is amazing.
good space, no?
Yeah.
It's a bit wet there. Wow.
Wow. Incredible.
That is the Arts Hotel.
Yeah, that's the new one, isn't
the
it?
new Arts.
Yeah.
I was in there the other day. I went to
Yeah.
see someone in it. It's a great building.
Yeah, that is. Look at this, yeah, in the heart of the East End, Shoreditch. Amazing. And so there's 2 balconies or 3 in this? You've got one up through the bedrooms as well, right?
Yeah.
Wow, that's incredible. Really is incredible. And look at the ceiling heights as well. What are the ceiling heights here?
They're about 3.5 metres in here. They're pretty substantial, aren't they? Yeah, no,
3.5 meters.
yeah.
I mean, for a new build development, like, I mean, I know we're in the penthouses, but still, even then.
No, we've got good ceiling heights throughout the building.
Do you?
It's something, yeah, pretty good.
Okay.
I'm not quite sure what they are, but I'll show you when I take you to a traditional 2-bedroom flat.
Okay. And like, yeah, even the finishes are like, yeah, incredible.
Come and have a look at the bedrooms.
This is the master bedroom, right?
So yeah,
the master bedroom.
Your dressing area is over there, and it's literally a case of.
This is the dressing area. Look at, this is, I've got to open up some of this. This is lovely. Loving the finishes.
Stick your bed here, TV would pop up through there.
Right, so your bed would go here,
TV pops
pop
up
out
through
TV,
here. Yeah.
and that's your view from the bed.
Not
Right.
bad, eh?
That's not bad, eh?
But more importantly, got a little bath in here.
Wow! Wow! Right,
You're going to get in?
I'm gonna get in.
You can get
I
in,
get
it's
in?
fine. You can get absolutely.
Can I get in?
Yeah, it's the money shot, isn't it, if you get in
All
there?
right. So I want to let everyone know that I've been inside a bathtub in a £4 million penthouse. £4 million penthouse. Right. Let's go. Wow.
Not bad.
It's not bad.
I reckon
Got the
it might-
view as well.
You got the view,
Yeah.
Got the size, television behind you. That's a
Oh,
TV.
I'm the wrong way around.
That's
Okay,
a
I'm the wrong
TV.
side. All right.
My guess is it might take a week to fill up the bath, but hey ho.
Yeah. This is amazing.
Cool.
I love the colour scheme as well. It's it's very high end. Shared bathroom.
Yes. Shower room.
Shower room. Okay.
Big rainforest shower head.
Wow, this is
See
like
lots of marbles and stuff.
this
It's
really
nice, isn't it?
this really does feel like, you know,
Opulent. Is that the word you're
opulent?
looking
It's almost like you're living in a hotel, right? And look
I
at
think we've managed to get that hotel feel throughout the entire building.
Right, okay.
And we found that people that want to live in this kind of location, they want that hotel concierge service. They want the security. We've got big, wide space.
Right. Yeah.
Some would say you could have got that in the flat and got an extra pound per square foot for that space, but actually it wouldn't have worked. And it just gives it a nice opulent feeling.
Yeah. Yeah, no, great. I mean, I know, you know, you just mentioned like the hotel feel. I know the building also has various amenities included, right?
After we've seen another flat, I'm going to take you to the amenities. They're fun. They're really good fun amenities.
Okay.
Here, but
Yeah, I've heard there's a bowling alley. Is that true?
Yeah. Well, we've got some amenity space downstairs. You've got 2 levels of underground with bowling alley, loads of gaming machines. I'll show you.
I'm looking forward to seeing that. And what's your bowling skills like?
Rubbish.
I'll take you up on a game of bowling later then to see what your skills are like.
Golf simulator. That would be the one for you.
Golf simulator.
I've got a
Okay.
golf simulator
Right.
as well.
Well, we'll have a go at both.
Yeah.
So this is one of the secondary bedrooms, right?
Yes.
And then also.
There's an arc.
Okay,
That's it. You
that's
did
it.
it.
The view's slightly different on this side. So
It's the east view towards Canary Wharf. So
yeah. Yeah. So David, I've noticed we're right near Principal Tower. It's called, right? It's a Norman Foster designed building. Was that ever an issue, like in terms of competition, or was that a good comparable?
it helped to set the benchmark for prices.
Yeah.
It was pretty much 2/3 sold by the time we got on site.
Okay,
here.
that's good.
So
Yeah.
it set the benchmark, and we knew where we could go price-wise,
Right.
and
Yeah.
market-wise as well. We knew
Yeah.
who the buyers would be.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah. This view is amazing as well.
Stunning, isn't it? Yeah.
Stunning. You can see the River Thames as well. So yeah, should we continue?
Yep.
Is that actually? So it's metal.
It's not real gold.
No.
Yeah, it's got a wrap around it.
Yeah.
It's quite nice, isn't it?
It is very nice.
Slightly different to the other flats, but
Yeah.
the other flats are this, which you'll see, and we just changed it up a bit for the penthouses.
Yeah.
Miele appliances.
Miele appliances. Yeah. Like as you'd expect in a penthouse
I
like
think
this.
So, yeah.
And that sort of hides that as well, does it?
Yes.
That door.
It closes it off if you want to go.
Wow. Brilliant. And that's your utility.
Utilities, yeah.
Wow. Like a pantry, utility. Oh, you got your
Your washer and dryer. So they're Siemens. Because I don't know why, but they are.
Siemens, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. So I just need to ask you a few questions. I mean, this is like an incredible building. Talk us through when did the idea of this building even emerge? What's the processes that went through getting this building going?
So in excess of 10 years ago, the planning permission was granted to a local landowner. There's a landowner around here that owns and has owned for a number of years an awful lot of the area. Had a lot of foresight and bought buildings and sites and plots. They'd already done the work to find out that archaeologically we had one of Shakespeare's original stages under the courtyard, which we'll, if we can't get in to see it, I'll show you where it is and I'll explain what we know about it.
That's an old Shakespeare theatre, or remains of a Shakespeare
hence
theatre.
the name of the stage. Which
Yeah,
is where
the
we
stage.
came from.
Yeah.
And we believe, it's impossible to corroborate, I think, but we believe that it's where one of the first performances of Romeo and Juliet were performed.
Wow. So it's got like that connection to the history as well.
Correct.
On the site. I can't help but think how incredibly difficult it must have been to build around that.
Crumbs. So the Museum of London were here for for a long, long time, carrying out the archaeological dig. Lovely people, and they've got various artefacts, and the stage has now been encased in glass, and it will eventually be turned into an immersive museum for as a local amenity.
Right.
And we think it will be one of the busiest museums in London because Shakespeare's reach is huge.
That's crazy. So the timelines, going back to the timelines, the site was purchased with planning. I'm sure the planning took an enormous amount of time to get through. A scheme of this nature. I'm sure that took a very long time. But when the site was acquired, I know from my experience, having been involved in joint venture projects, we're currently doing a scheme of 23 apartments with a landowner, and I know how complicated that's been. I mean, even that, to get into agreement, has taken a few months, and there's a lot of back and forth between lawyers, and that was just us and the landowner. Now, what's involved in something like this? I'm sure there's many more parties involved in bringing a scheme like this together. So just to kind of give an idea to our audience, like what's involved in something like this? It's not just one developer, right?
No,
something
exactly.
like this.
So this development is a joint venture between Galliard Homes, who are well known as a London private developer, Kane International, American based in London, that are investors and developers in their own right, alongside, and they brought McCourt. Frank McCourt sold LA Dodgers for gazillions a number of years ago and is an investor and developer in his own right. Then we also have Vanke, who are a Chinese developer, one of the biggest Chinese developers, who joined party with us. So we had to deal with that joint venture, put that together. Perkins and Will were the architects, who were local, and they know the area, they know London Borough of Hackney, they know everyone, so they were obviously heavily involved. The design of the building, the colour of the cladding, all of that had to be dealt with, and then a main contractor to build it. Had to get the specification right. What's quite interesting, you're saying you love the spec that you've seen so far, which is great. We spec'd it 8 years ago, and it's still relevant today. So that for me says something, that we obviously, between every party involved, we had the foresight to get the specification right.
Yeah, no, I think it's a great job. Yeah, looks exactly how I would expect at least the penthouse to look. I mean, I know we're going to go and have a look at sort of more of a standard unit in a minute, but from what I can see here, the detailing is spot on, I would say. But yeah, in terms of like once you guys started on site, how long did that take? I mean, that's a whole nother.
Far too long. It took about 7 years to build, which sounds crazy. It should have probably been nearer to 5.
Just think about what's happened in the last 7 years as well. I mean, what a roller coaster that must have been, right?
Brexit, COVID, cost of living crisis, distrust, everything's happened during that period. So we've seen the market fluctuate up and down. We've seen the international market disappear. We've seen it return. We've seen mortgage rates go from 0% to 6 or 7%. So it's been interesting. It's been a challenge, but one that we're getting through. So it's good.
When you first started construction, I'm sure you probably had a push for sales at the early stage, and then again, as you're getting nearer to the end of completion, right?
The model has always been sell as many as you can off plan, because that helps fund the development. And we had a good run at the beginning with international sales and local sales from people purchasing from plan.
What was the percentage of units sold at the early stage?
Probably about 35 to 40%, whereas actually we would look for a lot more than that in a normal market. But we got hit by delays and we got hit by COVID, as everyone did.
Yeah, but the construction of the building finished last year?
Yes.
So practical completion was last year. So as you were nearing to practical completion, I'm sure you had another push for sales around that.
We had another push for sales. We were able to get people in the building, and that's what the owner occupier will want, and even an investor will want to, at that stage when they can see a building nearly finished, they're going to want to touch it, feel it, smell it, see what it looks like.
Yeah, crazy. And you mentioned like the various parties that were involved in this. Is there one particular party that was I guess heading the construction? Is that Galliard Homes who was?
So Galliard were to an extent heading the construction, but appointed O'Shea as the main contractor to build it to a specification that was a Galliard specification, because they're known as the house builder and developer. Kane were more on the financial and commercial side of the business. And the rest were silent partners, although Vanke helped Galliard hugely with sales because of their Chinese sales experience.
Right. Wow. Okay.
So it was good from that point of view.
Right. So it's just, I'm just trying to get my head around how it all works. I mean, it just seems like there's
board meetings are fun because they have to be at a certain time of day.
When a decision, like an important decision needs to be made, it has to be run through all these layers of different people.
Where it's been useful is that in terms of agreeing a sale and agreeing a price, we didn't have to go through a huge amount of conversations on that, because that's just the last thing a buyer wants is to make an offer and wait 3 weeks to find out if it's acceptable or not acceptable. Yeah. So we put in place a situation where myself and one or two of my colleagues knew exactly what we could sell out and what we couldn't sell out. So we cut that out.
I'm just thinking from a construction perspective. When things go wrong, or things need to be changed along the way, I just can't imagine like that.
We do as much as we can to avoid making decisions by committee. You can't make a decision like this by committee. As long as you've got good experienced people on hand, you'll get things done.
Okay.
You'll find that.
Yeah, I'm sure I will. Okay, well, should we have a look at the the new one? Yeah, so we're going to have a look at more of a standard unit. I'm sure when we say standard, I'm sure it's still going to be...
We're just about to say Henry Ford will tell you can't use the word standard.
Right, okay.
I'm only joking.
David, we're now going to see one of the show flats, right? This is all staged. This is the one you kind of use for marketing. We're going to have a look at, what is it, a 2-bed?
So it's a 2-bedroom flat. It's been designed and furnished by Dara Huang, who is Chinese-American, perfect for the international market. We tend to do a number of show flats over a period of time, but this is a great one. Come and have a look.
Cool, let's go. Wow.
So we've still got good ceiling heights.
Very good, yeah.
Obviously, you've still got the great view, because the view is the view. We like what she's done with it.
Yeah.
Every flat gets this TV stand.
Thing.
Every flat gets a TV as well.
Do they?
Yeah, over the years, we've always looked at what can we give them that doesn't cost a fortune, but that actually works and gives them a little bit of furniture, and I think it's quite cool to do that.
I think so, yeah.
One less thing to think about.
Yeah, it's a great touch, yeah.
Every single flat has got a brick wall feature, which is a nod to Shoreditch and the warehouse style thing. So some are smaller than the others, but we've got a little bit of brick feature in every flat.
It's a nice space.
It's a great space, isn't it? Yeah, it's a good entertaining space. It's 1,100 square feet, 2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms. And you're going to ask me the price, aren't you?
Yeah.
We have sold this style of flat, obviously throughout the building, anywhere from 1,550 to 1,650, 1,650,000.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's
that's.
But it's a great space. I mean, you could see yourself living in this one. I mean, you could see yourself living in the penthouse, obviously, but
even then, this is You've got this the master, is it?
Yeah, bathroom's en suite here, so yeah.
Great. So you mentioned in total 70% of the units are sold.
Correct,
right?
yeah.
From the 70% that were sold, is it generally just international buyers?
It's a mixture. The domestic market in London's a bit tough at the minute, and there aren't that many. But we're starting to get, as the owner-occupiers purchase rather than investors, we're getting some domestic buyers that want a second home locally to where they work. We've sold a flat, one of the flats here, I won't say which one because he probably wouldn't like me to, a lawyer who is very local. His family live in Ibiza during the week.
Oh, wow. Okay.
With 2 kids. And then they come home here for the weekend, and they love it here because the kids can have fun with all the amenities, which you're going to see soon.
Yeah, so 30% remaining, and out of those 30%, is that just a mixture all over the building?
It's a mixture of studios, 1 beds, and 2 beds along this line. There's only about 1 3-bedroom apartment left to sell.
Wow.
The take-up of the larger stuff has actually been better than I imagined at the beginning. And again, I think if you're buying it for 2 children to live in, then you want to get a 2 or 3-bedroom flat, and you want the substantial size. You don't want them quibbling over who has which bedroom and so on. And there's a lot of that. There's a lot of families buying for their children who are studying in London. It's an incredible phenomenon, but long may it continue for me, I suppose, is the other thing.
You're heavily involved in the sort of sales and marketing side. That's your
Yes.
kind of forte. That's what you've been working on like the past 40 years, was it? And so, who do you directly report to out of all the parties? Like who's your kind of...
On a project like this, we have a committee. I hate that word, but we have a committee that includes a representative of each joint venture partner, and we have a meeting every 2 weeks online. Sometimes there's not much to say, sometimes there is. On a daily basis, I report into the chairman of Galliard, Stephen Conway, who I've been with all my life, like 40 years working. So I report into him, and I report into Jonathan Goldstein, who's the chairman and CEO of Kane International.
Okay.
Simple as that.
Okay.
But I've got a certain amount of latitude in terms of what we do sales-wise. I guess 40 years experience buys you that opportunity to do that.
Yeah, I'm sure. And yeah, so are they generally happy with where things are now?
Happy with the way things are now.
Yeah.
No one's happy with the fact that it took too long to build,
Yeah.
and no one's happy with the fact that the market has gone through 3 or 4 ups and downs since we started.
Yeah.
But that's just the reality of it, and you just got to get on with it.
And the nature of a project of this size, you're bound to go through some ups and downs in the market because it's just the longevity of a
The
project.
sheer length of time you're going to go through various cycles.
Yeah. But I guess no one could have imagined like the extent of, the ups and downs that we have experienced over the years.
No one imagined Brexit was going to happen way back then, for starters.
Yeah.
Who knew there was going to be a pandemic?
Yeah.
Followed by lockdown.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you just can't write it.
No, you can't. But yeah, look, amazing apartments, and I can see the reasoning behind the price points in terms of the finishes, the location, the views as well. But that's not all there is here. They also come with shared amenities, which is what you've just spoke about. So, should we have a look at some of the?
Let's go look.
Yeah. Okay, let's go.
Let's go look.
So just heading down into the lower 2 floors of where the amenities are. So yeah, that's where we're going. We're currently now on the lowest floor, right?
Correct.
And we're just about to see all the amenities. So what are the amenities in the building before we kind of just roll into that? What do we get here in this development?
We've got a gaming room which we're going to show you now.
Gaming
which has
room, yeah.
Bowling alley, all sorts of arcade games.
Oh yeah, we're going
stuff.
to be playing a game, right?
You're obviously really keen to do that. We've got a fantastic gym. You wait till you see the size of the gym.
Okay.
Normally, in a residential scheme, a gym is squeezed in, but we had the space, so we thought we'd use it. Golf simulator, which I'll take you into.
Golf simulator as well.
And then we will go up 1 more floor, and we've got cinema rooms. We've got two cinema rooms. One's actually being redecorated, so we can only go into one. Co-working space, boardrooms. If you live here, as we've just been saying, you actually don't need to leave here.
Yeah.
You can work from here, you can play from here, you can eat, anything.
Yeah, I guess if you're like a work from home person, there's so many different parts of the building you can work from. You can almost like a different section of the building every day, and you've got kind of world-class facilities here. So I've got to ask though, all of that comes at a cost. So what is the service charge here on the building?
Service charge is quite high, but I think it's comparable to similar buildings and commensurate with the services that you get. It's £12.50 per square foot, including the whole estate.
Right. Okay.
It's the easiest way to do it on a per square foot basis. Easy to work out. 1,000 square foot flat is £12,500 a year.
Yeah.
But you get an awful lot for that. And if you live in your own home, you don't not spend any money on it during the year. You're always doing things.
Yeah.
So you have to look at it through that sensible lens.
Yeah, if you're a freelancer or you have your own business and you normally work in co-working spaces, I guess there would be a fee attached to that.
Correct.
Gym membership, all of these other
Plus
things.
all the staff, I mean, we keep it really, really clean. You've got a team of cleaners here that are here 24/7, the concierge are here 24/7. So you're going to pay for that. And so you feel secure, you feel safe in your own building. There's a community beginning to thrive here, which I think is pretty good fun.
Yeah, so you're kind of living in that almost like hotel style. It's called basically hotel style living, right?
Very much so. Yeah.
So yeah, I guess there's rightfully a fee attached to that, but let's have a look at the amenities and see if it's worth it. So we're just entering the gaming area here. Pretty cool.
No one here, but I think it's, well, they're all at work, let's say. They're all working from home or at work. But yeah, it's a cool space. Bowling alley, noisy dance mat.
Wow.
All these arcade games, that one's obviously being repaired. Pool table. Table tennis. I think there's air hockey through there.
Got the classic arcade machines.
Take you back to your youth.
I know, yeah. Wow.
Come on, show you the gym.
Yeah. Wow, this is a proper gym.
It's a proper gym.
Yeah.
So it's not like a little squeezed-in gymnasium.
No, it is a proper gym.
It's a proper gym.
Yeah.
Great equipment.
Yeah, and like there's someone always maintaining and looking after it.
Yeah. Yeah, which you need.
It's got.
It's big, isn't it?
Yeah, it's pretty big. Yeah, surprised.
This gets used quite a lot.
Does it? You can imagine.
Anyone in? No, no one's in here, but this is pretty cool, look.
Yeah, meeting room spaces. So all of these spaces, people can obviously use it as and when they want, but also they can block it out as well if they in advance if they give enough notice. Yeah, you can do either or. There's the concierge have got an app that you can book things through. Okay.
But generally, people just come down here for a couple of hours, do some work.
Yeah, but like even spaces like, you know, when we were up at the Sky Lounge, even those event spaces, if you wanted to kind of book those,
if you want to block book it, you can. Yeah, and all you're responsible for will be the cleaning.
Right. Okay. So it's all part of your service charge. Yeah.
As you quite rightly said, it is like living in an upmarket hotel, and you've got use of all the space. Yeah. The 32nd floor would be the executive floor in a hotel in Dubai or something.
Yeah. Cool.
Come into my home cinema. Wow.
It's a proper cinema.
Yeah.
Right. And yeah, I bet this gets booked out quite regularly.
It's very well used. It's very well used. Over the years, we've kind of noted that cinema rooms get used an awful lot. You can imagine kids want to use it, big boxing fights and stuff. It's pretty cool space.
And there's two of these?
There's two of these, yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. The other one's in use in a minute, but there's two of them, so yeah, pretty cool. You can really plug in your Apple TV, you can all sorts of things, whatever you want to do, however you want to get it up. Yeah. It's brilliant.
Was there like another breakout co-working space? Or was that...
There's one more co-working space I'm going to show you as we come out of here. I'm not sure if actually co-working, more of a meeting room actually.
Meeting room, okay.
Yeah. Then we have another small meeting room.
Okay. Right.
Useful now?
Cool. Yeah, another meeting space.
A meeting space for people to use.
Yeah. So you can just like live, work in this building if you wanted to. Yeah.
Work, rest and play.
Yeah. Cool. That was incredible. Thanks for that. Just a couple of last questions before I leave you to it.
Far away.
So obviously this is a high-rise building,
Yes.
a residential high-rise building. Obviously, since the tragedy of Grenfell, how do you think that's going to change high-rises around this area, or generally high-rise residential buildings? Are you seeing like a slowdown in the market in that type of building?
I don't think so. I think what you will see is thankfully, there's been a tightening of regulations hugely, and they'll be constructed to such a level where those kind of issues won't occur again. So, this type of building, sprinklers throughout, plenty of escape space, and obviously everything has to be tested, double tested, triple tested.
Yeah, I know, rightfully so as well.
Correct.
And I mean, it's been an incredible tour. Thanks for having us. And it's like, once the stage is wrapped up, what's next for you?
Well, I don't actually know yet, to be honest with you. I'm sure I'll find something. I'm coming to the stage where I'm coming to the stage where I think I want to consult for people. I've got 40 years experience, and I think I've got something to offer. To try and continue selling this type of development.
Yeah. Good luck with all of that.
Great to see you.
Great to meet you, and good luck with everything.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
So that's it, guys. That's the end of the video. Hope you enjoyed the tour. If you did enjoy it, please like the video and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you at the next one.